The preparations and preamble for the 2020 Winter Classic weekend have reached their end, with the first of 5 games already played on Friday the 17th.
Chip by Gooley looking for a partial break, spinning and shooting to the legs, they score, it's Gooley! 3-on-1 here, Elliott back to Guglielmo, oh, it goes underneath their blade and that'll do it.
Now, over an eventful Saturday and Sunday, both male and female midget teams will take to Ernie Sam Memorial Arena in the snow and cold, as well as a game each in the Fort Forum.
But we're chasing some teams now. We got to get some wins, and the time is now.
Still yet to be a winner in the Winter Classic, so we're looking for the first W.
With the season starting to wind down, the standings tight, and the stakes high, we carry along on the road to the Winter Classic.
Makes me think of you somehow, and I play it on repeat until I fall asleep, spilling drinks on my settee.
On Saturday morning, the Cariboo Cougars return to Ernie Sam Memorial Arena for the first time since the last Winter Classic for a frosty pre-game skate, where we catch up with Brennan Bott and head coach Tyler Bruff.
Well, I mean, just getting used to the smaller ice surface. There isn't a whole lot of structure out there. Pucks are bouncing around. This year it's going to be a little bit colder than last year, so we wanted to make sure we got here, had a pregame skate so they could feel their breath, they could feel how cold it's going to be, and get used to the small ice surface, get used to the bounces off the wall and the chips in the ice, and the biggest thing I could pass along to them is just shoot from everywhere, expect to be shot on from everywhere, and it's going to come down to little areas and win the wars along the wall, and puck possession. If we can have the puck in our stick, then hopefully we're going to be successful. Well, it's going to get pretty congested out there. We got there's some big boys out there, and so you get 10 of them out there with linesmen and refs. It's really congested. So, like I said, there isn't going to be a whole lot of 3-pass plays. It's going to be 1 pass and shot as far as we're concerned. And you know what? Like I said, you got to make sure that you're getting into shot lanes, you're protecting the front of our net, and you're doing a job in those hard areas.
It's pretty cold out here today. The ice is way better than last year. Really small, it's going to be sick. On to offense, get to the net, go score some goals. Got to adapt to the cold out here. I don't know if they can do it, but...
After the pre-game skate, both the Cougars and Hawks go for lunch in the Quah Hall, hours before the Winter Classic.
Okay, I'm going to have an ice sheet. Should I tell the coach? Oh, there he's videoing here.
In the meantime, the Northern Capitals and Greater Vancouver Comets rematch in Game 2 of 3 in the Fort Forum just down the road.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fort St. James, British Columbia. Game 2 between the Capitals and the Comets. The Capitals coming into the night find themselves 4 points out of second place, and second place has 3 games in hand. As warm-ups wind down here, we see the crowd here in the Forum starting to fill up a little bit. You can see the Cariboo Cougars major midget team finding their seats. They will play in their second ever Winter Classic game. After this one, we're here in the Fort Forum. And off the opening draw, the Northern Capitals win it back, but lose it over to the Comets. In along the wall.
Looking for a bounce-back effort after dropping Game 1 8-2, it is the Capitals who record the first marker in the Fort.
Capitals retrieve, and Boone picks it up and chips out of the zone, and now the Capitals could have numbers. It's Moore. Moore sends that one across a wrist shot, and it bobbles and scores. And the Capitals early make this a 1-0 game off of a 2-on-1 opportunity just 2 minutes in.
The Capitals are able to hold the lead for the first half of the period, but eventually the offensive pressure from the Comets finds the back of the net.
So it's stopped up there by Crosby. Hill tries to rim it around. That's intercepted. Capitals get it back though. Now they give it away in front. That was Wiley. Now it's Schaefer. Centers on it. Quick shot. Tap in. They score. It's Elliott. Misplay defensively proves costly. And Elliott will put that one away, and it's an all tied up at 1 apiece here as we're on even terms with 8:54 to go, first period here on BC Winter Classic Weekend. Short side, and the Comets are back on top, courtesy of their captain, Buglioni, and it's 2-1 Comets.
As the weekend draws on, the physicality starts to turn up between the Capitals and the Comets, despite it being a non-hitting league.
She'll rim it around. Mulder will try and go after it. The hard hit there by Mulder on the pinch. And that's going to be a penalty against the Caps. Moore's watching her. Now it's Fowler for the Comets. Waiting. Quick shot. Rebound is spat out in the pad of Crosby. They jam away at it and they score. Now Crosby just lost sight of it after she made the initial stop. But either way, the Comets jam home the second and third chance rebounds. Capitals ice it, but not before the Comets explode for 3 unanswered following the first goal of the game by the Capitals. After 20 minutes of play, it's the Comets 3, the Capitals 1.
Trailing by 2 after the first period, the Capitals look to mount a comeback against a team that, through 17 games, only averages 1 goal against. It's a tall order, but the Capitals look up to the task.
Opening face-off to begin this second period as it's rimmed all the way down by the Comets. Back in front, puck's on the line, and they score! They jam it in, the Northern Capitals! On an ugly-looking play, get one in front. Puck was sitting on the line, and all Ella Boone had to do was poke it in. And just like that, it's a 3-2 hockey game. Met there by Gaskell. Now it's Hutchings. Wrap around. Oh, she tried to tuck it in short side. Verbeek was cheating the other way. Now Hutchings turns it around again. Quick shot saved by Verbeek one more time. But a nice flurry there, all started there by Hutchings as she tried to catch Verbeek cheating the other way, and it almost worked. Broke a 41-year-old cold temperature record in Prince George as the Comets get it on the rebound. And they put it away, so the team finally scores on the man advantage. It's the Comets who strike. And it's Madison Weeb who makes the Caps pay. It's 4-2. Now it's Schaefer one last time. Dying seconds. Centering feed broken up. And the Capitals will head to the dressing room down by 2. But a very spirited second period, especially for the team wearing white.
Non-stop action in that second period. The Northern Capitals coming out strong once again. Each team trades a goal, one early, one late.
Puck is dropped on period number 3. Comets
finding themselves down by 2 after 2 and allowing a 5th goal shortly into the third period. The Capitals have their work cut out for themselves to try and even up the weekend heading into their Winter Classic.
Escapes Schaefer for the time being. Good speed there by Sketcher. She turns into traffic though late. Luckily Outhouse is there to help her out. Now quick shot, they score, turnover, and it's Elliott making the Capitals pay again, so maybe an inexperienced play there by Sketcher. And Grace Elliott with her 4th point of the game, and it's a 5-2 lead for the Comets. Sketcher will take the draw. Hill wins it. She'll go D to D. Puck played to Batista. Quick shot, point, rebound, they score! Sketcher on the rebound, and it's a 5-3 hockey game. So they got the look that they wanted, and Sketcher jams it home, and it's just a 2-goal edge for the Comets. At the end of her shift, trying to get off. Now she will, as Anderson's in there with Curley. Curley, round they go. Now it's Mulder. Shot, angle shot, they score! Mulder! Top shelf, and it's 5-4. So the Northern Capitals pull back within 1 with a $1.56 remaining. And now things are going to get real interesting.
And all of a sudden, after trailing by 3 in this period, seemingly the life having come out of them with just under 2 minutes left, they only need 1 more to complete this comeback.
Capitals trying to get it back. It's Goulet. Jams it in. Armstrong skates hard after it. Painter gets there first. 10 seconds to go. She's trying to eat the puck. It comes loose. Quick shot by Goulet. They jam away. Oh, they just missed it. Now Wiley. Hard shot. That's blocked. Rebound one more time. Goulet at the buzzer. Oh, and a stop by Verbeek and an eventful game.
No. At the buzzer, they scored. They put it in just after the buzzer went. That's not going to count.
What a heartbreaker for the Northern Capitals, who threw everything, including the kitchen sink at the Comets.
Verbeek makes the blocker save in the very end there. The puck drops down in front of her, and it's scooped into the net milliseconds after the buzzer goes.
But what a finish, Will. They get two and they almost get the equalizer, and they just barely run out of time.
And what a way to
The
set
Capitals'
stage.
dreams of overtime are denied by half a second, unable to complete the comeback within regulation time. Less than an hour after the final buzzer at the Forum, the Cariboo Cougars and Vancouver Northwest Hawks take the ice for the showcase game of the weekend, the second annual Major Midget Winter Classic. Tight-checking, hard-hitting first period remains in a scoreless tie for the second year in a row. At the start of the second period, the -15 temperatures begin to drop with the addition of snow and wind coming off Stewart Lake from behind the rink.
Both teams ready to drop the puck for period number 2 from the Ernie Sam Memorial Arena in Fort St. James. And we're underway for period number 2 at the Ernie Sam Memorial Arena. Schull goes back behind for Babcock. Hard on the forecheck is Tyler Bruffskrug. Probably not a big fan of the opening of the first period. Puck in the crease, they jam away at it. Schull freezes on it. Chitwa Rosetta in the doorstep. Cariboo's own. It's chipped around though. The defender, 2-on-1 they hurry. Cariboo on a partial break. Harrington, he just jammed that one wide. He had Chitwa with him too. And they couldn't get a stick on it.
Due to the ice surface being 31 feet shorter and 12 feet narrower than a regular 200 by 85, and the fierce rivalry on the ice and in the standings, the Cougars and Hawks combined for 19 penalties between the first two periods.
Now back come the Cougars, it's Menard. Menard onside, takes a hard hit.
That is a
blindside
dangerous hit.
And they pick it up right away. Brown wins it straight back at the point. Force, quick shot. That went to the side of the goal. That almost sent the crowd in a bit of a frenzy there. That looked close from where we were. Now to Ochitwa. Ochitwa waiting, shooting. He tried to get bought in front. That came right into our kitchen there, that puck. Now it comes to bot. Turning, shooting, saved by Scholl. And after all that, Scholl says no. And the Hawks hanging on by a thread right now on this penalty kill. By Brown, goes over top the goal. Cariboo gets it back. Brown, quick shot, off the goal post. Now through the point, it comes back now to Mijatovic. Cariboo gets it back behind the goal. Menard waiting, doesn't shoot. Points are open. O'Brien threw a screen. Scholl didn't even see it. And Menard gets it back to Bott. Bott centers in front. Scholl the save. Rebound through a screen. Again the drive. Back at the point it goes to O'Brien. Cariboo's got the Hawks running around here. O'Brien, point shot through a screen. Blocker side there by Braun. And the Hawks getting in lanes here, not allowing many, if at all, grade A scoring chances. Blocked in by the Hawks, waiting, shooting. Nice job by Brown to get the stick in the lane. Now he's got a shorthanded breakaway. It's Brown, stopped by Scholl, the rebound, forehand back in, another stop by Scholl, he stopped that too. Oh man, he's been the first star in this period as he robs Hunter Brown, shorthanded.
Well, let me tell you, I wasn't sure how he got to that first one, and I am really not sure how he got to that second one. He has played out of his mind in this period, and if this game ends up coming down to the wire, come back to that moment right there.
Well, he did say he was looking forward to this experience getting the start tonight in this atmosphere.
Midway through the second period, despite numerous Cariboo scoring opportunities on the man advantage, it is the Hawks that break the tie, courtesy of Hayden Gelbard.
Cross 6 feet, goes to the corner. Quick shot and the Hawks score. It's a 1-0 lead, as was Ben Kodalik going short side on Kenny Garreau, and it's 1-0 Vancouver Northwest. Buzzer's going to run open up for another 40 of chances for the Cougars. Unfortunately, they cannot stop Scholl again. And after 40 minutes, Vancouver Northwest will have that 1-0 lead heading into the dressing room.
During the second intermission, the broadcast is joined by a very special guest, having made a trip up to town for the Winter Classic, among other things.
Good evening, everybody. This is Caleb Wilson with Cariboo Hockey alongside Premier John Horgan. John, thanks for being here. Obviously, big news for you to come up. It's a great touch to this weekend's Winter Classic, our second annual, and thanks for being here, and we're just going to dive into it. So what do you think of the game so far?
Oh, it's been really good. Hard contestant in the corner. There's not a lot of space out there. The boys are working hard. 1-0 game with 20 minutes to go. The fans are pretty happy about that.
Yeah,
it's been good so far. The kids look like they're having fun. There's smiles on their faces. Special teams seem to be pretty important tonight, too. Ref's putting his hand up a lot.
Yeah, there's
some of the parents over here aren't so happy about that.
Yeah, you're right in the heart of the Cariboo parents tonight. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I agree. It's been a hard-fought battle, back and forth, really physical game.
Oh, it is.
Lots of body checks, and you're right. It's a smaller rink, so you don't have a lot of time to make a decision.
No, but the breakouts are so important now when you've got that less space out there. And as a former hockey dad myself, I know these parents, it's been great to just dive back in. It's like I didn't miss a beat.
There you go.
I can complain with the best of them about the refereeing, but that the refs are doing a good job. It's a tough game. These two teams are close in the standings. These points matter. It's a great game. The Winter Classic is clearly a success in 2020.
You were here not just for hockey, but there's a bigger reason as to why you made this trip up to us.
That's right. The hospital here in Fort St. James was built in 1972 and was supposed to last for 10 years. It was a couple of ATCO trailers put together to make sure that there was an acute care center if anyone got hurt working in the woods or working in industrial activity in the region. It's time to replace that hospital. We've been working on it for the past 2 years. Very proud to be with Mayor Playfair and others today to announce a brand new hospital coming. The capital's been allocated in this year's budget. We're going to be building a hospital here next year. Community's very happy about that. So it's a great day for hockey. It's a great day for Fort St. James.
Yeah.
With 2 periods in the books and the Cariboo Cougars trailing for the first time in a Winter Classic, they look to keep the offensive pressure from the second rolling into the third.
Aiden Reeves no longer with the Cariboo Cougars as he was called up by the Western Hockey League Cougars after the trade deadline. Backhand try, rebound in front. Oh, just goes wide. Kim just shoveled it past. Garreau is down and out. And now Pete's will lead the rush for the Cougars. Can't get it out of the zone. Kodalik gets it back one-on-one against Miller. Weak backhand try. They jam away at it. Garreau's hand was still open when he attempted to freeze. Luckily, he got to it first. Milner gets it to center Ed. Hard after it is Harrington. Quick shot. Pat saved by Scholl. Rebound is loose. They jam away at it. It's loose again. Milner punches in from the defense spot. Puck is still in the crease. Shot wide. Oh, Scholl again in a high traffic spot. Turns him away.
As time runs out in the third period with the net empty, it is a defensive miscommunication that puts the nail in the coffin for the Cougars.
No, quick shot by Leslie through a screen. That's blocked. The puck trickles down through center. It's Flores now. Off the stick of Ochitwa. They rugby scrum right in front of the Cariboo Cougars bench. Extra attacker on for the Cougars. Desperately trying to tie this one up. Off for a change was a second Cariboo defenseman though. And it goes into the empty net by Kodalik. And it's 2-0. Leslie went off for a change. They were trying to go D to D back into the zone, and it cost him as Kodalik, his second of the game, salts this one away most likely for Vancouver Northwest. Not quite official yet on the score sheet. Quick shot by the Cougars goes wide, and the Vancouver Northwest Hawks blank the Cariboo Cougars. The second annual BC Winter Classic at the Ernie Sam Memorial Arena, falling 2-0. Not for a lack of trying, but the Hawks get the timely offense. And the Cariboo Cougars searching for answers as they head towards Sunday.
Following his shutout, we catch up with player of the game, Jaden Shull.
You know, the boys were physical. We played with speed, played hard. With a team like this that's skilled and fast, we need to play physical against them. I think we did exactly that. And we shut them down, driving in the middle and driving wide. And the boys just did, I think, everything right, and we all led to our success tonight. Honestly, right when the puck dropped, it didn't feel real. It was just so awesome. It really just you get right back in. You're just like, wow, this is actually happening. It was pretty cool because this doesn't really happen that often, and at such a high level, it's really cool. I'd definitely recommend it for the next year. Whoever gets to go is very fortunate, very lucky, and it was just once in a lifetime opportunity. It was awesome. Hand warmers. Hand warmers are key. I never wear hoodies under my gear, so I wore a hoodie, jogging pants, and like 3 pairs of other pants. So I had hand warmers in my skates, hand warmers in my glove and blocker, and I also bought like baseball gloves for under my blocker and glove to keep them warm. I just knew it can never be warm enough in conditions like this, and with the snow, it was difficult in the second period because of the snow and the winds, but you know, we had to battle through it.
Post-game, all 4 teams playing in the weekend showcase meet for a barbecue buffet of legendary proportions provided by Cariboo Cougars alumni father Kim Lodge of Killam and Grill'em. After a long day of hockey and on a full stomach, all 4 competing teams get a good night's sleep in preparation for the final 2 games of the 2020 Winter Classic weekend the next day. History had been made for the boys, crowning the first ever Midget outdoor game victors, with more records to follow next time on the final episode of The Road to the Winter Classic.